Hello there, gentle people. It is way into the year, but Happy New Year and all that good stuff. I am going to share with you today how I make a cleansing spray. So I have a bunch of stuff around me, and I'm not in like the position that I'm normally in because I'm working from home. So like my desk has all my work stuff, and anywho, let's get it together. So normally I use two different things for cleansing, right? I use good old white sage, which is this stuff here, and you'll hear people talk about smudging, and this was traditionally used by Native Americans still in a very specific ceremony to cleanse energy. So that's why sometimes I don't even really like to use the word smudging, because smudging refers to an actual Native American ceremony, and I really don't want to appropriate their stuff. So I just say cleansing, right? And these sage bundles, they come in all different sizes. I have a huge one, like 10 times the size it is, and they're usually tied up like this. And sometimes you'll have lavender, and people tie up different stuff in there, but I just get them pre-packaged like that. And then the other thing is palo santo, which is this aromatic wood here, and it is referred to as holy wood, and it's from Peru. So pretty much people use either sage or palo santo for cleansing. The deal with this, and somebody from a long time ago told me that if you're using just sage pretty much clears the negative energy, right? And it's pretty much like flat after that. But then you burn palo santo after to kind of infuse the space with good energy. So how I usually do it is the sage first and then the palo santo after. But whatever works for you, whatever makes you happy. But here's the deal. Recently my dad was in the hospital, and of course I can't be burning sage and palo santo in the hospital, so I had to make a cleansing spray, and I'm going to show you all the different things I put into the cleansing spray. I don't have a table right here in front of me, so I'm not even going to attempt. I have this little bottle here, and I got this little bottle from my local health food store, but you can actually buy them in bulk on Amazon, and they're a really good price. They also come in like a cobalt glass blue bottle, which I do think I have some of those if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, you can buy a bunch of them and mix them, for a couple friends or whatever. So these are the things that I put into my cleansing spray. First of all is this. If you notice, the water is kind of down, and this is my crystal infused moon water. So pretty much when it's a new full moon, I put my crystals out, and I put this spring water out, and make the crystal energy and the full moon energy hit it. And I have this big container to last me right through until the next full moon. This is the one that I usually keep in my room to water my plants and make stuff like cleansing spray. All right, but right now I have it in this tiny little container here to make some more of this cleansing spray. The other thing that I'll put sometimes in there too is, this is not the actual water that came in the bottle. This is some seawater. I went to the beach the other day and put some seawater in here, and I know it's a plastic bottle, but I'm not even that pressed. So this has some seawater. If you don't have seawater, what you can do is put some sea salt in there. If you have the pink Himalayan sea salt, that's fine. I buy this one here in bulk. It's Monera, and it's imported from the Dead Sea. So I use Dead Sea salt in mine. And you just need a little, it's what we call in Jamaica toops, a little tiny bit, not too much, because salt is very good for cleansing as well. And these are the most critical things that I put in there, because remember, you're trying to replace the sage and the palo santo. So I actually have palo santo. Let me do it like those makeup people do it so you can see it. Can you see it? There you go. I have palo santo essential oil. I put a little lavender. Oh, can you tell I'm not a makeup guru? Lavender in there as well. I put some cedar wood essential oil. This light is like serious. And I also put a little bit of frankincense. And I have two more that I like to use. The lemongrass and peppermint, right? Because the Palo Santo oil is very strong for me. Some people might be totally fine with it, but it's like those, what do you call them? I can't remember the term for those nerves, but like once that Palo Santo hits that nerve in my nose, I'm like, whoa. So I kind of have to mellow it out. So pretty much that is it. What you do is you put your essential oils in a bottle first, and about 5 or 6 drops of the Palo Santo, and then a little bit less for the other oils. But you kind of have to experiment with it until you find a ratio that works for you. If you want to go heavy on the Palo Santo, and then there's sage oil. I don't have any sage oil, no, but normally I'd put some sage oil in there as well. And then if you wanted to, you could make one bottle with sage cleansing spray and one bottle with Palo Santo spray. But what you're going to do is just, you know, pretty much all the other essential oils are going to be the same, but your main oil will be Palo Santo in one and sage in the other one. So pretty much that is it. And then what I usually do as well is when I have the bottle open, I kind of drop some of the white, it's hard to say, but I drop a piece of white sage in there so it becomes almost like an infusion. And some people add witch hazel to preserve the spray, but I use it so often that it's not lasting for it to go bad. But you can put like a tablespoon of witch hazel in there. I put a little bit of white rum in there, and the reason why I use white rum is more of like a cultural thing for me, because in Jamaica we use white rum for cleansing. So like when people get house blessings and those type of things, you know, people are like throwing white rum everywhere to like cleanse their house and that type of stuff. So, you know, it's alcohol, so you know it does the same thing that a witch hazel does inside the spray. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Again, if you're going to make your cleansing spray, get yourself some essential oils, get yourself a little bit of sea salt. It doesn't have to be the Dead sea salt, it can be, you know, regular sea salt or pink Himalayan sea salt and all that good stuff. And if you don't have the fancy crystal infused moon water, child, don't even worry, just get some spring water. All right, I just don't use tap water. Tap water is like dead water, or some spring water. So that is pretty much it. And when, you know, in all the days that I've been with my dad in the hospital, I'm just like because they can't stop me because I'm not burning anything, right? But when I'm at home, I usually, you know, I'm burning the stuff. So that is it, gentle people. Thank you for your time, your energy, your presence. You know I appreciate you. And like I always say at the end of every video, oh, I'm going to be consistent. You get the videos when you get the videos. All right, I'm doing the best I can. So again, happy new year, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.